Mauricio Pochettino, his first day at Chelsea. What would you do on your first day as Chelsea manager? Forget everything like, I'd change this about the club. What would you actually do in your first 24 hours at Chelsea? We're talking one-on-ones with all the players. Would you plan your outfits for the season? What would Rory Jennings do in the first day as Chelsea manager?
Do you know what I'd do? I would sack at least 2 goalkeeping coaches. Do you know why?
Why?
Because for some unknown reason, we have 4 goalkeeping coaches at the club. That doesn't make any sense.
Doing a great job as well, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe we need a few more, actually. Maybe this is a terrible idea.
I think you should hire another 12.
I have no idea why, but Chelsea have 4 goalkeeping coaches at the club. I think that's too many. Well, I mean, it is obviously too many. I think this is a hangover from having so many managers over the course of.
What do you think it is? One for the left
hand,
one for the right hand.
Yeah, I mean, one per keeper, one per keeper, even of all age groups. I don't know, but he has a really big job at hand here. And do you know what I can't understand? Look, obviously, I'm biased because, as you know, I'm a Chelsea fan, but. From Pochettino's perspective, if you don't analyse this through the lens of being a Chelsea fan or even any bias to Chelsea, just look at it. Your loyalty is only to Pochettino.
Yeah.
Think, what's in it for him here? Like, if this season goes really well, we get top 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's as good as a season can be. Which, for a manager who, I think in the definition of like managers around at the moment, I don't necessarily rate him as highly as this, but he is comparable to some of the best managers around. He is in line for some of the best jobs that come up. Taking on a club that, best case scenario, can get top 4 and aren't in Europe, I don't really know why he's taking the job. Because the other thing is, anything sub-4th, we'll say 5th because top 5 now is Champions League. Anything sub-5th, suddenly, harshly, becomes failure. And that's far more likely than top 5.
With the huge squad clear, we're going to get your thoughts on the Daily Chelsea a bit later on, but the huge squad clear out as well, and the fact that he's got a squad that he has to basically mould, it doesn't really have an identity. It's had 2 managers where, Frank Lampard was a stopgap, but still, it just wasn't working on any level really, and every single player was having a difficult season. I do know what you mean. What's he thinking? Why has he gone for this job?
I don't know. I really don't. Like, he's a man who's been linked, he's been Paris Saint-Germain manager recently. He's been linked with some of the biggest jobs around. Look, Chelsea is still a massive job in world football. They're still a huge club with massive potential. But I don't quite get it because the other thing is he sacrificed a lot. He sacrificed his entire reputation in N17, hasn't he? Yeah. Like everything that he was to Tottenham about, he's magic, and all of that. Tottenham have a massive, huge fan base, very partisan, aggressive fan base, who adored him. And whatever happened with Daniel Levy, whatever happened with Erik and Pochettino, it didn't translate to the fans in the ground. The fans in the ground were always totally dedicated to him. So he's written that off to go to Chelsea. The definition of Chelsea today isn't the definition of the Chelsea that the last time he played against Chelsea.
Yeah, not at all.
So I don't really understand it. But he's got his work cut out, but let's just pray that he can get it right.